Happy holidays from all of us here at Wealthion to all of you. I'm one of your hosts here at Wealthion, Andrew Brill. We took a look back at this year and hope you enjoy these favorite guest moments from one of our best interviews of 2024.
I want to start with Bitcoin because I think it's important. I'm talking to you where Bitcoin is at 92,000. You're also talking to a person that did buy Bitcoin at 68,000 in November of 2021, wrote it down to 17,000. So you're talking to a battle-torn, scarred human being.
Did you add to your trade when it went lower?
I did. No, absolutely. No, I absolutely did. No.
And then it works wonders, right?
No. I added. No. I've been a consistent buyer every month of Bitcoin since October of 2020, and even in the downtimes when I thought I was getting to get creamed, I was nibbling. I can't say I was buying as much in my overconfident, zealous 68,000 prints. I was less confident at 17,000. Isn't that how human nature works, Raoul?
Always. You've got to fight yourself in this market. It's always your own psychology is your worst enemy. I've learned from being in this cycle for so long that really, if you can, when it just feels the worst, that's when you should be putting as much money in as you can. Obviously, it's also the hardest time because nobody's got money, because liquidity is being drawn out of the system. Everyone's feeling the pinch. So it's actually hard to scrape pennies from under the sofa, but it is the best strategy of all because your gains compound so fast when you do it.
Well, I'm with you on that. I've learned that in my old age. I tell younger people, just nibble at things, make an investment every month, and don't look at it. Pay yourself first. But where's Bitcoin going to be 3-6 months? And then give me your 5-year outlook.
Yeah, I mean, I try not to give price projections, and I know you always pin them out of me. But the point being is, we're very public on social media, and it's just people pin their hopes and dreams on a number you give them. But my general thesis is we will rally into year end. We will correct at some point. There's a bunch of hedge funds and RAAs and others who are into this who will need to take a bit of profits into year end. I think we'll get a bit of a shakeout, global liquidity slowing down somewhat, and then we should reaccelerate into the end of tax season. So my view is Bitcoin easily gets to 100 this year, and probably is 150 plus by March before it corrects again, and then we finish the year after a larger correction with a very strong rally into the end. So that's how I think it plays out probabilistically.
So when you say a correction, we're at 150, it corrects back to 80?
Yeah, maybe something like that.
Yeah.
Maybe less. Maybe a 30% correction. So back down to 100 kind of makes sense to me.
Right.
And it'll feel miserable and people will say, has the cycle peaked and all of that noise?
Right.
And then usually we end the second year after the presidential election cycle very strong, and then it peaks out sometime there.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So
if I give a range of targets as opposed to pinpointing a target, worst case is 150. My base case is 250. And in an obscene bull market, because everybody's buying, driven by a change of regulation, then it could go as high as 450.
Okay, let's go to Salana. I want to ask you the same questions related to Salana because I know you're a bull there.
Yeah, so I think Salana finishes this year closer to 400 than it is to 200. So I think
this year, 6 weeks ago,
maybe 350. I mean, it's a higher beta asset, so it should do better. So I expect that to happen. I think, again, it'll follow the same kind of price path as Bitcoin, but it should outperform all of the way. It's been in this consolidation versus Bitcoin, sideways consolidation. The next leg should be altcoin season, and Solana should be the king of the major alts. So I'm kind of expecting Solana from here to probably get to over 1,000, 1250, something like that.
All right, last one, Ethereum.
Ethereum has been a laggard. I think it plays some catch up. I think it outperforms Bitcoin going forwards for a bit. Because, if we sit back and look at what the regulatory changes might be, that is the platform upon which most of the institutions will start doing stuff. It's the Microsoft decision. Every bank has Microsoft computers, not Apple computers. So I think that Ethereum actually does better than most people expect going into the end of the year. Again, same price pattern, outperforms Bitcoin. Solana outperforms Ethereum. So it's the risk curve.
Okay, let's go to what we're calling the exponential age, which is the rapid advancement of AI, blockchain, and other technologies. So, Mr. Paul, you think there's a boom coming, right? There's a techno boom coming,
It's
right?
a techno boom, and it's unstoppable. And it's going to be so fast, we don't know how to deal with it.
Am I going to be taller as a result of this? No. Or is there a chance? No.
It might be possible. There is hope for you yet.
Hope for me yet. Okay.
Yeah, there is hope for you. There is hope for you yet.
I think that's why I have a little bit of jealousy towards you. Is not only you're good looking, but you're a tall son of a bitch. Okay, tell us about the exponential age. Go ahead.
So look, it's this nexus of all of these technologies all hitting adoption effects at the same time. You can see that in front of your eyes with crypto. That's what number go up. But AI, we can see that every 3 months is like a groundbreaking set of new models, whether it's video, audio, or just the models themselves or the applications of it. We're seeing the robots coming. We've seen the Optimus robots. We've seen the robots coming out of China. We're seeing Tesla cars. We're seeing, it's just endless. We're seeing Amazon employing more robots than humans now, and that's accelerating. Then we've got the biotechnology stuff. We've got Google with their AlphaFold, which is the AI based around predicting protein sequences and what that can do for humanity. We're seeing so much all happening at the same time. EV, nobody realizes because it becomes politicized, but solar growth, the growth of solar power is more than all of other energy generation added together and doubled. And people don't realize how fast this technology is moving as well and how much the prices are coming down. So all of these things mean the price of compute is going lower. The price of energy and electricity will go lower over time. Nuclear can be thrown into that. And then you've got AI, which is driving exponential compute, which ends up with infinite human knowledge. All of these things are so disruptive, we can't get our heads around them. And it's quite difficult to invest in a lot of it. A lot of it is in VC hands or in these giant tech companies. So you've got this fastest growing technology in all history. What are you supposed to do? Buy Microsoft? Yeah, you might double your money or triple your money, but it's not really commensurate with that. So the crypto side of the equation, because the whole new internet is being built on crypto rails. The AI will have identity and we will have identity on chain. Many of the things you and I have talked about, the larger use of blockchain as a technology, well, that's front and center. So I actually think we've got 6 years, and this is quite contentious. I think we've got 6 years left to make as much money as we can before we don't understand how the economy works anymore. If an economy is driven by, if the economic trend rate of economic growth is driven by population growth plus productivity growth and debt growth, by the time you change this aging population, which is slowing trend rate of GDP down, replace that with infinite robots and infinite AI, we've replaced the population component. Same with productivity by lowering energy costs. We end up with ridiculous growth. What are financial markets with AGI? So I think we've got 6 years. So actually, we do a lot of this on Real Vision. So anybody watching this, realvision.com/join. There's a whole stuff around this 6 years. It's really important. I think we've got 6 years to invest to save our futures or cement our futures.
Raoul and Anthony, what advice would you give young people just starting in finance to have a great career like yours? That's Ryan from California. So go ahead,
so
Chairman.
I give this advice to a lot of friends' kids because they're like, I want to go into finance. I'm like, finance is a secularly declining industry. If I was comparing notes with a mate of mine who's just left finance, at the same age, I was earning 3 times as much money as them. The amount of opportunity in finance keeps going down as, guess what? AI technology replaces humans in the trading floors and in investment banking across. I would not go into finance. If you're going to go into finance, go into crypto. Crypto is a secular trend going up, the fastest of all, as opposed to a secular trend going down, which is the traditional finance system. So if you want to apply your finance understanding, you want to do investing, you want to think about macro, do it in crypto and it'll change your life. The key to anybody's career is find a secular trend and ride that. You and I rode the same secular trend. Hedge funds was a huge trend, as was finance at the time. And on my side, it was equity derivatives, which was a huge trend. And we rode those. It makes us look geniuses, even though I'm certainly not a genius. You're smarter. You went to Harvard or somewhere. I didn't.
I did go to Harvard, and don't hold it against me, because in some ways it stunts your ability to see things. You get Ross Perot. You're old enough to remember Ross Perot, the legendary entrepreneur who also ran for president in 1992. He said something that I'll never forget, Raoul. He said at Harvard Business School when I was there, he said, "I feel bad for you babies." Why do you feel bad for us? He said, you're at Harvard. You're at Harvard. You were successful in the first part of your life. You're not going to take any risks. You're not going to do anything stupid or crazy. And it left a big impression on me. I left that meeting and said, I'm for stupid and I'm for crazy. And that's why I'm a Bitcoiner like you. But is it too late? Is it too late in crypto?
No. It's currently today a $3 trillion industry. Think of this scale. It's a $3 trillion industry. If we just extrapolate the trend rate of growth and the number of wallets and all of that stuff, we get to 100 trillion by 2034. We're 3% of the way there. We've got 97 trillion of wealth to create in this space. We've barely started. I know we all use that phrase, we're so early, but the adoption of this technology as the financial system starts to operate on its rails, so you have instant settlement for equities and bonds and all of that. The transfer payments, even central bank digital currencies are on these rails. Everything folds into these rails. RID, gaming worlds, all of these things. Well, if we're 3% of the journey, it's all to play for. This is the biggest trend we've ever had.
Thanks again for watching these favorite moments of 2024, and we hope we can continue to provide you with information that'll help you invest wisely and be financially resilient. Wishing all of you a healthy, happy, safe, and prosperous 2025.